Natrience, the alliance of nature and science.
Well, hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to our Natrience training call. We're at week number 5. We are thrilled to see many of you coming back week after week to our calls. Thank you so much for supporting these Natrience training calls. Sisel, Holly, and I are always so excited to do these calls and to talk more about these products that we love and that we know that know and hope that you guys love as well, and the products are doing wonders for you already. So we are eager to get going on today's call. We, as I mentioned, we do have Sisel Maurer with us and Holly Colby as well. We've got some great things to chat with you about today. Over the last couple of weeks on our calls, we have talked through our cleanse and exfoliate step with our Pure Balance Jelly Cleanser and our exfoliant polishing peel. We've talked about step number 2, which is target and treat, and that's our Celanew perfecting serum, along with our 3 fabulous boosters, Go Bright, Go Clear, and Go Firm. And today we're excited to talk with you about the third step in our regimen, which is moisturize, and talk about the products that we have in this step of your routine. So to start us out, we are going to turn some time over to Sisel.
Thank you. Like Karen said, we're going to talk about moisturize today. And one thing I think we're really trying to do in this Natrience rollout, hopefully you guys notice, is do an education, not just of the products, what's in them, how to use them, but your face. And I know as we all have, especially in this industry, I mean, we've had skincare products, and as you talk about them, you do have to learn about your face. Sometimes, though, I think we don't refresh ourselves. And one thing I think this helps to do is mitigate the issues that people might have with this skincare line. Because the best thing you guys can do, obviously, is talking about it, use it, you love it. I hear so many good feedback, testimonials from it. But you guys are out there really in the field doing the hard work. And I think if when you talk to people, and obviously talking about what we're looking at here today, what their face is, what do they need, and then talking to them about the skincare products. For that, they're going to have a much better chance of being successful with that. So we have these 4 skincare types. We each put ourselves through there, and you'll find out what people are when you talk with them. The normal, even texture and tone, good elasticity, blemish-free, small pores. Of course, everybody wants a normal skin tone, right? Dry, coarse texture, tight pores, less elasticity, and more visible lines, premature aging. I'm dry, and I hate that. Growing up, I always thought maybe, yes, I'm dry because I didn't have a lot of acne issues. But now as I'm getting older, it's just like this say, I have a lot more visible lines. Luckily, I've been having some great products, but I feel that every time I just get out of the shower, that tightness on my skin, because my skin is dry. And so moisturizing is a super important property for women, men, like skin like mine. Oily, enlarged pores, greasy and shiny appearance, prone to acne, but good skin tone. Like I say, if you have those natural oils on your skin, those fine lines and wrinkles are going to be less drastic as you get older. Combination, which a lot of us have, larger pores around the T-zone, thicker texture in your oily areas, and prone to blemishes around your oilier areas. Okay, next slide. Okay, so as you get to know these skin issues, as you talk to them and these products, giving them the right moisturizer is going to be super important. So talking now about our Hydra Light, I love this one. It's not the one I use, but anyone who has oily skin that we just talked about, enlarged pores, you'll talk to them. I had a friend who years ago used to say it felt like when she'd wake up, someone had taken a sewing machine across her face. She just had all these holes. Her goal was just to close those and make them as tight as possible. And her products, she really relied on those products. So like I say, you're going to want to make sure when you're talking to people, you don't want to give anybody the Hydra Rich. It sounds luxuriant and awesome, and it is, but it's not for anybody who has oily or combination skin. And Holly's going to talk a little bit after I do exactly what Hydrolite does, the great ingredients for it, and why it's great for these two skin types. Okay, next slide. And then we have our normal and dry. Like I said, I'm dry. So the Hydro Rich to me is amazing. I love that. But, just to kind of put in here as we're talking about education with your skin, skin can change. You can also travel. When I travel and I go to somewhere that's very humid, I don't want the Hydro Rich. I want the Hydrolite. So also as you get older, your skin kind of fluctuates, change, hormonal changes. Many of us are aware of can change your skin. So just make sure as you're talking to people out there, seeing what their skin is doing now, is it changing, and just keeping, your finger on the pulse of what's going on with their skincare needs, especially, like I say, a moisturizer. It's going to make a big difference as we put that on all night and wake up the next morning to how their skin's going to be as they get ready for the next day. So I'm going to turn it over to, I think, Holly, and she's going to talk to you about what great ingredients we've got in these two products.
Got to unmute myself there. Thanks, Sisel. And it's so good to see everybody on. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's a holiday here, so it's great to celebrate with you all. So I just wanted to go over the benefits and just talk a little bit about the importance of moisturizing, as well as what's the difference and what are the similarities between the Hydrolite and the Hydro Rich. So when we were formulating this, we wanted to make sure that we had a richer and a lighter moisturizer, because that's a big difference in personalizing your skincare. So they have all of the same benefits, minus the moisturizing property. So the Hydro Rich is more luxurious, rich hydration versus the Hydrolite that's more of a lightweight but very effective hydration, as Lisa went over. And then other help benefits to help support the healthy skin is it will replenish your skin's barrier and protect against moisture loss. It also helps decrease the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, protects against the harmful effects of blue light, and defends against counteracts the adverse effects of environmental stressors. And I want to get into that a little bit more on the next slide when we talk about the ingredients. It also helps accelerate skin's natural repair process. Our skin does have its own repair process that usually happens at night while we're sleeping. It will help go in and repair anything that it's been exposed to during that day. So let's get into the key ingredients, hero ingredients here. Oh, actually, yeah, that's what I wanted to do next. So here we have ceramides. All of these ingredients are in both the Hydrolite and the Hydro Rich. And then on the next slide, I'll show you the different ingredients that are unique to each product. So here we have the ceramides, which are really interesting. These are lipids that are skin identical to support the renewal of skin's natural protective barrier and really lock in your moisture. And then we have niacinamide that supports skin's natural collagen synthesis and reduces the appearance of lines and wrinkles. If we have more collagen, we have less lines and wrinkles. And then the centella asiatica helps encourage skin's natural repair process and re-densify skin's appearance. So a lot of times we feel like we start to get kind of that sagging, thinning skin appearance, and this product, the centella asiatica, which is actually sourced from the highlands of Madagascar, which is really interesting. I love hearing where they're from. This helps re-densify the skin's appearance. And then these next two ingredients, the ectoin and then the chaga and shiitake mushrooms, they are adaptogens. Now, what is an adaptogen? It's a natural organism that has adapted to thrive in harsh conditions of extreme habitats. And it uses that to really help protect and counteract the adverse effects of our environments. Oftentimes our environments can be very harsh as well, without realizing it to our delicate skin. So the Ecto-N is actually, oh, someone say something. Okay, just making sure no one was stopping me. The Ecto-N is sourced from the deserts and the salt lakes of Egypt. And the chaga and shiitake mushrooms are sourced from Finland. So it's kind of fun to see how we've sourced all these ingredients from all over the world to find the best ingredients for your skincare. Now let's move on to what makes them different. So the Hydrolyte Repair Lotion, the moisturizer in that is grapeseed oil and safflower seed oil. This is just a lighter oil versus the shea butter and jojoba seed oil that is found in the Hydra Rich. So let's go back to the Hydrolyte, the grapeseed oil and the safflower seed oil. I don't know why I always struggle with that word, safflower. It's rich in vitamin E and essential fatty acids to provide lightweight yet effective hydration to help replenish skin's barrier. And then we have the shea butter and jojoba seed oil in the Hydra Rich cream that helps prevent evaporation of the skin's natural moisture while providing and sealing in rich, luxurious hydration. So Lisa kind of went over that the Hydrolyte's more for combination to oily and the Hydra Rich is more for normal to dry. But sometimes if you're like me, I like to use both of them. I like to use the Hydrolyte lotion during the day under my skin shield, because the skin shield acts as a moisturizer as well, but not quite enough for how dry it is here in Utah. So I like to use the Hydrolyte and then apply the skin shield over that once it has been absorbed. And then at night, I like to use my boosters and serums and then apply the Hydra Rich just to hold it all in so I'm not losing any of the really good nutrition for my skin while I sleep. It's just really helping to repair my skin instead. So you can use these. And I liked how Lisa also touched on the fact that your skin will change depending on where you're at. And sometimes just hormones from day to day, your skin can change, or just, some days you're outside and some days you're inside. So it just depends on what your skin needs that day. So it's really good to try them both and see what you like. And now I think Karen's going to talk to us a little bit more about the environment.
Yes, thank you, Holly and Liesl, for all of that great information. I want to talk a little bit about some of the science behind the ingredients that are in these two fabulous moisturizers. And one of the things I want to point out is, as Holly was talking about, things like the blue light protection and the adaptogenic properties of some of the ingredients. These are types of technologies that we have throughout the whole line. So a couple of weeks ago on our call, when we talked about the Skin Dew moisture refreshing mist, we talked about blue light because that Skin Dew has a really high amount of blue light protection in it. So I wanted to kind of touch on that because there's blue light protection in the two moisturizers as well. So what is blue light? Sometimes it's called high energy visible light. So it's a visible light. It's emitted by the sun, and we'll talk about where else you get blue light exposure. But one of the things that I want to talk with you about is that blue light can actually penetrate the skin even deeper than UVA or UVB light. So most of us have probably heard a lot about UV, ultraviolet light, UVA and UVB throughout our lifetimes. If you've ever used a sunscreen, which hopefully everybody has, you've at least heard of UVA and UVB. So on this graphic to the right on the screen, you can see that I want to start with the middle one, UVB. UVB, or I like to think about it, B is the burning rays. So UVB are the burning rays. They're the rays that are really, they're not penetrating very deep into your skin. They're really just hitting that upper layer, the epidermis. They're the ones that cause the redness and the burning when you're out in the sun. UVA rays are the aging rays. So A for aging, B for burning is the way I like to think about it. UVA rays penetrate deeper all the way down into the dermis. The dermis is where your collagen and your elastin, the elastic structure of your skin are, kind of what causes the firmness of your skin, the plumpness of your skin. So UVA rays are penetrating into that dermal level, and they're the rays that are causing aging. So lines and wrinkles and disrupting collagen and elastin within your skin. But then take a look at the high energy visible rays, or the blue light rays. Look how far they're penetrating into the skin. They're going even further into your dermal layer than even the UVA rays, which are the aging rays. So what happens then when we're exposed to blue light? Well, this high energy light or blue light can produce oxidative stress, cause free radicals within the skin. Those free radicals can attack your healthy DNA. The free radicals can also stimulate pigment. So dark spots, pigmentation can start to occur with blue light exposure. And like the UVA aging rays that are penetrating into the dermis, blue light can also cause premature aging of the skin. So as it's breaking down that dermal layer, we can see lines and wrinkles and loss of firmness. All of those things can happen with blue light. Where is blue light coming from in our lives? Here's some of the sources of blue light. All of the screens, years and years ago, you never heard about blue light protection within skincare because we weren't on screens all day long. All of the digital screens, our smartphones, our tablets, our computers, our laptops, even TVs, any other electronic devices, even the lighting within the rooms that we sit in sometimes all day long, either in our homes or in our offices, that fluorescent lighting and other types of lighting. The main cause or the main source of blue light is actually the sun, just like UVA and UVB. So we're getting blue light when we're outside, we're getting blue light when we're inside, and we're exposed to all of these screens and electronic devices. What are some of the harmful effects of blue light? Well, we talked about that a little bit on the previous slide. Damage to our skin cells, actually damage to the DNA within our skin cells, inflammation, collagen degeneration, pigmentation, and photoaging. So what are our solutions here? Well, we have within our Natrience line 3 different ingredients throughout the line that provide blue light protection. These are natural ingredients that defend the skin against the harmful effects of blue light exposure by blocking, absorbing, and filtering blue light. So the one I want to talk mainly about today is the one in the middle, the Calendula officinalis. The ingredient you're seeing on the left hand of the screen, the Scindesmus rubescens. Holly mentioned that a couple of weeks ago. That is an ingredient. That's the main ingredient protecting from blue light in the skin dew. That's an ingredient found in green microalgae in freshwater habitats. And then the image that you're seeing on the right, the spirulina, I'll talk about that a little bit more next week. That's in our skin shield, and we're going to dive more into skin shield next week. But the Calendula officinalis, this is kind of the workhorse of our blue light protection. This ingredient is found in both the Hydrolite Repair Lotion and the Hydrolite Repair Cream. It's also found in Skin Dew. So when you're using all 3 of those products throughout your regimen, you're getting this great ingredient, natural ingredient that has this excellent blue light filtering capability. So it's preventing the blue light from really reaching down into that dermal layer of your skin, helping to prevent against all of those damaging effects that we just talked about that blue light can have on your skin and within your skin cells. Holly also talked about environmental protection with these products. The Hydrolite and Hydro-Rich are the 2 products in the line that I would say have the most environmental protection. So let's kind of go through this. all of these things that we're exposed to, just like we're exposed to blue light. Here's some of the environmental aggressors that we're exposed to every day. Pollution, cigarette smoke, car exhaust, power plants, factories, dust, ozone, smog, and just, our overall climate. These are things that we can be exposed to on a daily basis. And it's an interesting statistic to look at here that 99% of the world's population live in places where air quality does not meet the World Health Organization guidelines. So all of these things, just even in our air that, as we're walking around outside or potentially even in our homes that we can be exposed to. This slide, I love this picture here. This is a picture in Japan. It's one of the busiest crosswalks or crossroads in the world. When I was able to travel with Tom over to Japan in March earlier this year for the launch of the Natrience line. And we actually had an opportunity to go here and walk several times across this area. It was really fun to see all the people here. And it's amazing to see just how many people and also just in a huge city like Tokyo, all of those different types of pollutants that we're thinking about, all the car exhaust and the cigarette smoke and the dust and the smog and all of those types of things. So throughout the world, there's places where we have all of these environmental aggressors. And here's a list of some of the things that the environment can do with our skin. We can have a loss of elasticity. That means we're experiencing some loss of firmness or sagging of the skin. Hyperpigmentation, that's the dark spots, the color, collagen breakdown, itchiness, sensitivity and redness, blotchy skin, dullness, bumps on your skin, uneven skin tone, lines and wrinkles, crepiness, acne breakouts, skin cancer, dryness, age spots, and sagging skin. So how do we protect against all of these, potential things that affect our skin? Well, as Holly mentioned, we have these adaptogens. So what is an adaptogen? These are these natural organisms that live in very extreme habitats. Salt lakes, hot springs, Arctic ice, the deep sea or deserts, all of these areas of the world that are very harsh climates. Yet these ingredients or these, I shouldn't say ingredients, but these natural organisms live in these environments, and they over time have learned to defend and protect themselves in these harmful and aggressive environments. So they have these natural protective abilities built into them. And we're able to take those protective elements of these adaptogens and use them in our products. So the chaga and the shiitake mushrooms that come from Finland, those are ingredients that are found in our in these two moisturizers, in Hydrolite and Hydrorich. The Rhodiophysea, we'll talk a little bit more about that one next week. That one is found in our Skin Shield, our SPF product, as well as the Phaeodactylum tricornutum. That's an ingredient, a microalgae. We'll talk more about microalgae that's found in Skin Shield as well. But the ectoin ingredient that you see right there to the middle right, that's a natural amino acid that's, as Holly mentioned, sourced from the deserts and the salt lakes of Egypt. So you can see in these images here, these very harsh environments, whether it's extremely cold or extremely hot or, within the oceans, underwater, or in these like hot pots in these hostile environments, hot sulfur springs. So here, all of these ingredients that we're sourcing have these super unique capabilities to protect themselves from their hostile environments. And then as we use them within our products, they are helping to protect our skin from any environmental stressors that we might face. So whether that is, climate or humidity or dry air, any of these different conditions that we might be facing over the course of our lives, or even, within the course of a day. If we're traveling, like Liesel mentioned, if we're going somewhere that's different from our natural climate, going somewhere more humid or more dry, all of those things can affect our skin, and our skin can change over time as well. So these natural adaptogens are very unique and a fabulous addition to our Natrience line, and helping to defend our skin against premature aging, and just help keep us looking our youthful best, and just keeping our skin healthy and having lots of health and vitality into our skin. So those are the two products that we wanted to talk about today, the Hydra Light and the Hydra Rich. We hope that you've learned some fabulous things about these two products, and that you're also using these products and finding out how they work within your personalized regimen, whether you have skin that's more on the combination to oily side, where Hydra Light would be great for you, or more on the dry side, normal to dry side, then Hydra Rich is best for you. And I'm actually in the camp that Holly was talking about, where I really love using Hydra Light during the daytime for a little bit lighter moisture during the day. And then I love the rich moisture of Hydra Rich during the night. That is a perfect combination for me and where my skin is at right now. So let's take maybe just a minute and look at some of these, a couple of these chat questions that we've got here. And Liesel and Holly, feel free to jump in. I'm going to move it over to this other screen while we do that, so that this can be a reminder of you to, if you've got any other questions or comments, you can contact customer service, or you can always listen to these calls again, this full set of calls, see them on YouTube, or call in our conference line, 801-704-6800, and press option 3.
Erin?
Yes.
I just wanted to add really quickly about moisturizers in general, that if you are talking to somebody who's just getting started with their skincare line, this is a great place to start. Is, again, just, we talked about this, I think, on the first or second call, of just starting with just a cleanser and a moisturizer. I would say those are the most important two things you can do for your skin, is clean it and then moisturize it. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that.
Yes, thanks. That is very important to remember as well. I see Kathleen is asking the question. She says, can you use the boosters at night only, or both day and night? And then asking if we'd have a product for other areas of our body that would have these environmental protective ingredients in them. Boosters can be used whenever you prefer. I like to use them morning and night. I think Holly, if you want to jump in and talk about how you use them, but I feel like the best benefits for me are using them morning and night. I actually use them on different areas of my skin, like we talked about a few weeks ago. I like to use the brightening, the Go Bright on my forehead, and I like to use the Go Clear on my cheeks and my chin, where sometimes I experience more breakouts. And then the Go Firm on my neck and kind of the jawline there. Whatever works best for you. You can rotate them around. You can use one in the morning, one at night, or you can, decide what your skin specifically needs and go from there. And yes, Kathleen, we're always looking at new products to bring to market. So definitely additional products that would have these environmental protectors. Those are things that we can always be looking at. Renee was asking about being able to have these slides. I think we'll let you know at the either on the next call or before these calls end. We'll let you know where you can access all of these slides. I see a fabulous before and after image here on our chat from Doc Fizz. Way to go. That looks great. And I think that is all the questions there. So let's go to this final slide and just talk about our fun giveaways. We had 5 winners last week that won the regimen guides. This week, we'll pick 5 random people from today's call, and you're going to receive this super cute Natrience tote bag. This bag is going to be added into the Wealth Builder Pack, the Natrience Wealth Builder Pack. It's a really fun bag, so 5 of you will receive that. And then be sure to join us next week on the 31st, and we will have 5 random winners that will receive these really cute Natrience headbands and wristbands that are perfect for using while you're washing your face, so that the wristbands are really fun so that you're not getting water all over your sink and kind of absorbing that. So they're really fun accessories for Natrience. Sisel, did you want to add anything else before we close today?
No, just to reiterate just what you guys said, using these products can be different every single day. And a lot of people are asking how long these products will last. And the reality is it just depends on you, because I'm of the thinking that if I put it on day and night, I'm getting, a much better chance at getting better results. So when you look at the boosters, to me, using them day and night is what I like to do myself, just because I want results that are going to be faster for me. But like we said this a couple trainings ago, do what is good for you, what you feel. You'll find your own little, regimen that's perfect for you. Things like you say that maybe you want to do different moisturizers on different parts of your face, different parts of the day, all those things. So just keep working with them and find out what works for you guys.
Thanks again so much, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate you being loyal and faithful to these calls. We are excited. We've got 3 more calls before we complete this round of Natrience training. So please join us next week, and we will look forward to seeing you then. Thanks, everybody.